Good morning, my beloved students. This is teacher Mustafa, and today we're going to have a new reading lesson about picturesque journeys. But now we're going to have a new artist. This artist is kinda like Frida Kahlo, but she's also different from her. They both have huge differences and huge similarities. Let's just find out what are those similarities and differences. But before we read, we need to ask ourselves a question. The author here asks us a question. It says to underline transition words that show the author is comparing two artists. So we need to look out for words or to find the words that show the comparison between the two artists. Okay, now let's start reading. Like Kahlo, the American artist Georgia O'Keeffe was deeply influenced by her cultural background and her travels. O'Keeffe was born in 1887 in the rural town of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Her parents were dairy farmers of Irish and Hungarian backgrounds. O'Keeffe grew up in a farmhouse surrounded by trees, wildflowers, and grasslands. So here I need to ask Shadi.
Yes, Mr.
What are the similarities here between Frida Kahlo and Georgia O'Keeffe?
The American artist Charlie. Yeah, Keith was born in 1087, and Tableau here and Kalu, the American artist.
No. Shadi, I'm telling you. Do you remember Frida Kahlo? Do you remember what we studied about Frida Kahlo or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something here, some details here are like what happened to Frida Kahlo, are like Frida Kahlo's, are the same as Frida Kahlo's story. Huh? Not exactly the same, but they are so close. Huh?
Like Kalu is American artist Georgia.
No, Kalu's not American. Kalu's not American.
Yeah, it's second. Oh.
Elias, can you help us, please?
Hello, Mr.
Hello, Elias. Tell me, what is the similarities between Kahlo and Georgia O'Keeffe in these two paragraphs?
Kalu, the American artist, Giorgio, the American artist, and O'Keeffe. And Giorgio O'Keeffe was influenced by her cultural background.
Yes, so what is the similarities between the both of them?
Kahlo is an American artist.
Kahlo is not American. Kahlo is not American. Okay. Kahlo is not American. Okay, so here, let me give you the answer, guys. So both were deeply influenced by the cultural background and travels. Both, yes, very good, very, very good. Those who answered on the chat, very good, thank you. Both were deeply influenced by their cultural background and travels. Okay, every one of those, they loved their country so much. They loved their country so much. I didn't want to leave, and they were both great artists. Okay, yes, very good. Both are artists. That's great. Both are artists. Great. Okay, what else here? There's something here also that shows us that both had something in common. Huh? What was they? That they both grew up in a farmhouse surrounded by trees, wild flowers, and grasslands. So both grow up. Yes, very good, Malik. I will write that also. So they both grow up in a farmhouse surrounded by natural things. Surrounded by natural things. Also, they both had what? A Hungarian background. They both had a Hungarian background. If you look here, as you can see,
What does Hungarian background mean?
it means one of their parents was Hungarian.
Okay.
Got it? So both have had all of those things. How are they different? Yes, Kalu is Mexican, but O'Keeffe is American, right? Yes, very good. And we will see more differences as we go on. But here, the most important thing is that we knew how are they similar, or what do they have in common? What do they have in common? Omar Saba? Let's read 16. O'Keeffe was surrounded by a big family, but she was quiet and independent. Growing up, she enjoyed spending long hours observing the natural environment. When she was in 8th grade, O'Keeffe decided to become a painter. She took art lessons and began to focus on flowers as one of her favorite subjects. She was fascinated by their soft colors and irregular forms. This early experience strongly influenced her paintings years later. So here in paragraph 17, it tells us something very important. Now let me go up again because we finished. Muhammad Walid.
Hello, Mr.
In paragraph 17, what do we know about O'Keeffe?
She decided to become a painter.
Very good. She decided to become a what? No, here.
Painter.
Very good. She decided to become.
But what is the difference between artist and painter?
O'Keeffe decided,
Painter
right?
paints things and an artist draws things.
Yeah, but both are artists, okay?
What
The
is the
same.
difference?
Yes. Muhammad Walid,
Yeah.
I have a question for you here. O'Keeffe decided to become a painter, right?
Yeah.
What about Kalu? Did Kalu decide to become a painter?
When she make accident,
Yes.
the bus, she was bored. She was bored or poor.
Yes.
So her parents give her art things.
Yes,
Like
very good.
brushes and something like that.
Yes.
So she learned and she loved art.
Yes. So she drew because she was
bored because the accident. She was laying on bed.
Very good. But O'Keeffe,
she decided.
She decided to become a painter. See the difference? Now this is a difference, right?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. This is a great difference.
You can write Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
No problem.
Yes, Hamza Husni, what's your question?
Okay, thanks, Mr. Bye.
Thank you, Muhammad.
Hello, Mr.
Yes, Hamza.
Mister, do you see paragraph 15?
Yes.
Have the word rural.
Yes, rural. Yes.
You are is from the poem.
From the spelling lesson. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good, Hamza. Nice to notice.
I take away the you are, it would be ral.
Ra.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it didn't give me.
Yes, rural. Very good. We have the here. You are. Very good. We have the you are. Okay. So again here. Now I
I
need
know
to
another
ask
place that's located in
Mu'adh.
Wisconsin.
Mu'adh.
Like in word,
Yes.
Georgia.
Yes. Hello.
Mu'adh, what words here show the similarity? There's one word here that shows similarity between Kalu and Ukif. One word only. What is that word?
In paragraph 15.
In paragraph 14.
14 art artist.
Artist. No. When you compare two things, you say
Like Kalu.
Like. So
Oh my God.
like apples, oranges are fruit. So here you compare the apples and the oranges, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we use like in the comparison, right?
Yes.
And what do we use in the contrast?
The contrast.
Yes, we use what words?
The contrast is like not like.
Yes, very good. Unlike. What else? But. Yes. In contrast. All of those to show contrast. Unlike. It's called unlike. Okay.
Okay.
All of those are to show contrast, but the words to show the similarities are what? Like, likewise. Okay.
Diverse.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly. So all of those. But here, the most important thing that we get out of this page with is that comparison and contrast. Is that comparison and contrast? I'm sure you can see it, guys, right?
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
we can.
This is very important. This is very important because then we extracted the page or we summarize the page into those points, because this is the whole aim of this page is to compare Kalu and contrast her to Ukif. Okay. Now also there's something else actually here I forgot. Let's just go back to it. Here, Mu'adh, read until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Read until the 6th line in paragraph 17.
When she was in eighth grade, O'Keeffe decided to become a painter. She took art lessons and began to focus on flowers as one of her favorite subjects.
Yes, here exactly. So O'Keeffe drew what? What did she draw?
She drew a lot of flowers. She was interested in drawing a lot of flowers,
right?
Yeah.
What about Kalu?
She drew pictures of herself.
Portrait of herself. Very good. See, that's another
There's another contrast.
contrast between the both. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Guys, are you following me, or is it too complicated now? I need you to answer me.
No,
Open your mics.
No, it's easy.
It's easy,
It's
thankfully.
very easy.
it's not that complicated. It's easy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Here.
Mr.
Now, before we read, who's that? Yes.
Can I tell you why Roblox is down?
No, not now. Not now. We're studying. We're studying. So not
Okay.
now at all. Thank you, Muaz. So okay, guys, here. Before we start reading here in this text, we need to know what are we reading for. So we need to read to underline places where O'Keeffe traveled that caused changes in her art. How did her art develop? Right? Like what? Like Kalu. Kalu also traveled to places that made her art what? Develop and be better, and she became better. Now we need to know those places in O'Keeffe's story. Let's start reading. After high school, O'Keeffe decided to study painting at the Art Institute of Chicago in Illinois. After further study in New York, she spent some time as a teacher in West Texas A&M University. There, she first saw the Palo Duro Canyon near Amarillo, Texas. It would become an important landscape in her paintings. O'Keeffe's style and ideas about art took a turn in 1912 when she attended a summer school class at the University of Virginia. There, she was inspired by the ideas of Arthur Weasley Doe, who believed that artists should express themselves using color, lines, and shading. This was very different from the realistic style of painting, known as realism, that O'Keeffe had studied until then. So here there are some places in paragraph 18 and 19 that O'Keeffe went to and that affected her her painting or her career. Can you please send me that in the chat box? I'll give you like 3 minutes. Is 3 minutes okay? And then I'll tell you the answers myself. Okay? Send me the names of the places that affected O'Keeffe's art. You have 3 minutes. You may start now. Send me on the chat, please. Thank you. In 18 and 19, there's one place in 18 and one place in 19. Underline places where O'Keeffe traveled that caused changes in her art. We need 2 places, one place in 18 and one place in 19. Okay, I can see your answers. Your answers are good. Okay. Yeah, some would get the first answer wrong and the second one is correct. So it's great. Great. Okay. Yep. Okay. So 15 seconds. Yes, Hamza Hosni, great. Omar Ahmed, great also. Okay, here, let me tell you the answers. So the answers are the Palo Duro Canyon. And why is the Palo Duro Canyon? What gives me information that this will change her art? Because if you see here, if you read the next sentence, it would become an important landscape in her paintings. So this shows me that this canyon changed some of her life or was an important point in her life, because most of her paintings later became about this canyon. So it changed her life. It changed her life. Also here, in paragraph 19, what was the answer? The University of Virginia. Very good. Some people would say the summer school. This is also correct. But where is that summer school? In the University of Virginia. Okay. Yes, the summer school is correct. But where is that? In the University of Virginia. And what led me to believe that? Because also the next sentence, yes, everyone got it right. Thank you very much for that. So also here, what got me to believe that it was the summer school in the University of Virginia? Because if I read the next sentence, I will know that she was inspired by the ideas of Arthur Weasley Doe. So here she was inspired. That means that she will do something new. Something new. Okay, and as you can see in the last sentence, this was very different from the realistic style of painting known as realism that O'Keeffe had studied until then. So this was a completely new thing to O'Keeffe that she was going to apply, and that changed her life. Let's read 20. As a result, the younger artist found a new way to share her feelings and ideas through her art. In 1915, she began a series of abstract drawings. Abstract art is a painting or other art form that doesn't try to show people, places, or things in a realistic way. The new style of these artworks represented her breakup with realism. Soon, she became one of the first American artists to practice a purely abstract style of art. The famous photographer and art gallery owner, Alfred Stieglitz, saw O'Keeffe's abstract drawings and was very impressed. In 1916, New York City, Stieglitz opened the first exhibit of O'Keeffe's work. Over time, Stieglitz and O'Keeffe became friends as well. In 1924, Stieglitz and O'Keeffe were married and they lived in New York. Okay, this is our portion for today. I really don't want to give you more because actually, let's save the rest until tomorrow. We have 3 pages tomorrow, so let's save them until tomorrow. Okay. So that's basically it. Here we knew here in page 165, we compared and contrasted O'Keeffe's childhood and Kalou's childhood. Also, we compared also their what do they like to paint, and as we've said here, as you can see that Kalou drew portraits of herself, but O'Keeffe drew flowers. And while all the rest here exactly are comparison, because they both are, they are likely the same in those two things. Okay. Also here, it shows us that there was a turning point in O'Keeffe's life here in 2 places, in Palo Duro Canyon and in the University of Virginia, in the summer school there, where she was inspired by the ideas of Arthur Weasley Doe. So thank you guys very much for your help. And I hope you understood the lesson. You've understood the lesson very well, actually. And I hope I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.